To inspire, to uplift, different people share their gifts. A safe space, an open door, on a journey to explore human beings.
What?
Happy
Hey.
Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Hey,
You know, it's not
y'all.
even Monday. We're so used to saying Monday. It's not even Monday.
TWA, I'm cracking.
Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to our special episode of A Human Being. My name is
Woo.
Dwayne Wiggins Jr. I am your host, along with my co-host, Ana Henderson. Welcome,
Hello.
everybody.
Happy Wednesday. He is crazy. I'm cracking up because I'm going right with the flow. It's Monday. Monday is our day. And listen, we can't help it. I'm cracking up.
It's so routine. I can already tell what kind of show this is about to be.
Right? Oh, I needed that. Listen, I needed that
Right?
laugh. You are hilarious.
You know, and not even on purpose. That's the
Right?
crazy.
That's what makes it funnier.
Listen,
Because
thank
he
you
was
all.
like, Happy
I know. Ooh, maybe it felt like Monday, but thank you all so much for watching. Shout out to everybody
Monday.
that's watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We are so excited that you are joining us here on Wednesday night
Yeah.
instead of our Monday night show. We have a special show tonight. Just welcoming everybody. Thank you so much. Our show topic tonight is running it on empty, talking about
Yes.
burnout, hustling, and healing. What does that look like? We're going to get into that. But before we get into the show, Ana, I want to check on you and see how you've been. I feel like we haven't talked a lot because
I
I've been
do
busy
too.
and you've been. I feel like we just haven't talked a lot. So catch me up with what's going on with you.
Well, my week was pretty normal. I will say that. I did miss you because I did say that before we got on the show. I was calling you because I wanted to talk to you, but you were working, and I always respect that. I love that for you. So, my week was pretty good. I had crabs on Friday, so that was exciting. I love listen, crabs is a treat for me because I don't get them all the time, and I feel like it became somewhat of I guess a family tradition for us because now my children enjoy crabs. Like
Okay.
they don't play. They will
Right.
bust down the crabs. And now Papa is 6 and he's like, I want some. I said, yeah, you want some, you want to learn. Okay.
Right. You
Open
got
the
to
crab up. You can eat it. I'm not finna sit here and crack these crabs for you. You know, and now Biggie, he just want whatever Biggie what Papa have. So now he's trying to eat the legs. We giving him the legs. It's like a whole family affair. Okay.
I love it.
So that's always exciting. And I mean, I think I told you guys, but my cat Angel, she had kittens.
Yes.
So they are on like week 3, almost
Okay.
going on week 4, and like the eyes are open and like they're starting to crawl, and I'm just so in love, y'all. I
Oh,
am a cat lady. I am cat mommy. And yeah, I've just been enjoying them too, like over this week. And I don't know. I haven't talked to my girlfriend Tasha in a while, so I made some plans with her this weekend
okay.
to go see a play. So I'm really excited about that. Checking on some of my peoples down in I think it's going to be at the South Camden Theater.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then
Nice.
I worked at the library. You know, I help out with the Black Genealogy Club. Just
Okay.
people in the community. I'm coming out to the free Philadelphia Library to research their ancestors and where they came from and how they got to Philadelphia or wherever their family wound up. And that's always exciting. And I'm like, it really became like a community because we're starting to see like a bunch of familiar faces, and
Nice.
like I help with interviews, so it's like people have really been finding things and family members and people that they never thought that they were related to. So it's a really beautiful thing to like see and witness and watch and stuff. And um I went to a graduation party for one of my coworkers.
Okay.
That was exciting. I did not go to college. Like I did not further my education after high school. So, it's always amazing to be able to celebrate somebody that has, and, that has furthered their education and, moving on to bigger and better things. And then I went to a book signing for my principal. Shout out to Dr. Pretlow. That was awesome. That was on Sunday. He had a really, really good turnout. A lot of the students came out and, just to show support. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. That's
So
really
what about
cool.
you? You tell me all the things because you was working.
Listen, I have not just been working. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Had an opportunity to do some amazing stuff over the last couple of weeks, just really, really exploring San Diego, California, all of the things. Last Monday, I had an opportunity. Wait, was it last Monday? No, last Tuesday. After we did our show last Tuesday, I went to a place called Hakamba Springs, and it was absolutely amazing. It was so great. It was the hot springs where it's like the mineral water and stuff like that. You get into like the mineral pools and stuff, and it's just like open and it's beautiful. It was about an hour away from San Diego, and one of the things that's so fascinating about it, like that day, the weather was so like dreary. It was like cloudy and like cold in San Diego, and we drove about an hour out, and it was hot, and it was really nice. And it was just a little small town. It kind of reminded you of like the old Western or something. Like it was just a town that I've never experienced like that in person, and it's just a place in the middle of nowhere, where three friends got together and decided to like revamp this place where it has like it's like a hotel spa, and it was so secluded. It was just so beautiful, and the pool was so great. It's like when you got out of the water, like your skin was just like smooth. It was fantastic. It was really great.
Sign me up.
And the food was phenomenal. Oh my gosh, the food was so great because it was so funny. I went with two other people, and the food was so good that we were ordering more food before we were finished eating what we were eating. It was that good, and it was so good. So I went there. Then on Wednesday, I finally got the chance to see The Devil Wears Prada 2, so I was happy about that.
Yay!
Got to see that. It was really, really good.
How did you like it?
I loved it. It just brought back a lot. It's one of my top 5 movies, The Devil Wears Prada. The first one is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So it was really good to see what they did with this new one. So it was great. I know that it got a lot of mixed reviews, but for me, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really, really great. So it was good to see that. Been going to like a lot of different restaurants, hanging out, doing some things. I did have an opportunity. I went to the movies again to see a movie called Is God Is. Honestly, hands down, one of the top 5 movies I've seen. One of the top movies I've seen this year. It was so well written, so good. I enjoyed it. It was funny as all get out. It was just a great movie. Went to the movies again last night to go see Michael. If you don't know, you will know. I love going to the movies. Like I love going to the movies on the big screen. I love all of that. I can watch stuff at home, but I love going to the movies. It's like my favorite escape. So did that and had some work things happening, and with some team members and some great announcements that I can't really talk about much right now, but some major things that has like really shifted my life in the most amazing way. I cannot wait to just really talk about that journey and what that looked like, and to really encourage people. If people followed me on my story on Instagram, I didn't do it on Facebook, but on Instagram, I shared like this full testimony. It was about 20 pages in my story, I guess, and you had to go through and like read.
I read it. Right? I read it through. I commented. Oh my
gosh! I know, and it was like the response. I have never got that many people to view my story. It was like over, like in the thousands of like for all 20 frames. Like people like read it and commented and saying like how encouraged they was by the testimony that I was sharing and the words of encouragement that I was able to give everybody. It just laid on my heart. And so I was actually, as I was writing, I was like writing, stopping, sending, and then writing some more, stopping, sending, because I'm like, I wanted people to just feel encouraged, because it was just the encouragement that I needed. So it was so good to be able to experience that. And when I talk about, my journey here in San Diego, it's so funny because I came here with a specific goal of what I wanted to accomplish. And it was getting down to the wire of like me settling for the goal, like settling for what I had received and not necessarily receiving the thing that I wanted the most. And the week before, I thought it was going to be one way, but the week before, like I'm leaving, I get a call that changed my entire life. So I'm so grateful for that, to be able to talk about that and share with everybody about that. And and now we're here on Wednesday night. We're here on Wednesday night, being able to share and just talk with everybody about just people that are running on empty. So I'm just grateful to be able to talk about that and to share tonight, because I've been that person. So I know what it's like to feel a little burnt out. So
I do too. Jesus, Lord knows. And it's not fun. Being burnt out is not fun, child.
Right. So I really want to I really want to jump into the show tonight, because this is a heavy show a lot of times, because I think a lot of times what we look at when it comes to burnout, a lot of people think that, it's like you need to learn how to manage your time and all of that. And a lot of times that don't really have much to do with it. So tonight's conversation, honestly, is personal. It's not just for me or you, but for so many people watching right now who are exhausted and still showing up anyway. And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm just tired from work or whatever the case may be. There can be a plethora of things that we are just so exhausted from, but we never learn really how to rest. We know how to push through. We know how to smile through stress. We know how to perform strength, but a lot of people don't know how to slow down without feeling guilty. Some of us are waking up tired. We're going to sleep tired, mentally overloaded, emotionally disconnected, spiritually drained, running on caffeine, pressure, responsibilities, and always in survival mode. And what makes it worse is people keep applauding us while we're falling apart. People say things like, "You're so strong. You're always handling everything. I don't know how you do it." And secretly, you're sitting there thinking, honestly, neither do I. I've totally been there. I'm like, everybody's like, "Oh, you got this, you do." And I'm like, I really don't have it. So I feel like we just really live in a culture that glorifies hustle. Busy schedules became a status symbol. It's like, I'm busy, my schedule is packed. And rest has become something that people feel they have to earn. People brag about overworking, and like exhaustion is like a personality trait. Like, you're so tired, you can't even get into this, or you can't do this, or you're so busy. And it's like people are taking that on as bragging rights. And the truth of the matter is, just because you can carry it all doesn't mean that you are supposed to.
Right.
And the truth is, a lot of people are not lazy, they're depleted. A lot of people are not unmotivated, they're just simply overwhelmed. A lot of people, right? A lot of people aren't giving up. They're simply tired of surviving every single day. So tonight, we are going to laugh, because honestly, if we don't laugh, some of us might cry in the Target parking lot or in Walmart parking lot. But we're also going to tell the truth about the pressure to consistently produce, consistently show up, consistently achieve, while silently neglecting ourselves in the process. We're talking about workplace stress. We're going to talk about emotional exhaustion. We're going to talk about the guilt of resting, because I used to be that person that felt guilty for taking a nap or guilty for resting. And we're talking about healing while life is still happening in real time. Because bills don't pause, responsibilities don't pause, parenting doesn't pause, work doesn't pause. But somewhere in the middle of all of that, we deserve peace. So tonight, I want everyone watching to exhale for a second. You do not have to prove your worth every moment of your life. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to admit that carrying everything has become heavy. So tonight, we're going to stop pretending, and we're going to start healing.
Woo! That man good.
Okay?
That man good.
Because it's no point to always be so busy that you don't take time to rest, and it doesn't help your mental and
Yes.
emotional well-being, especially when we're thinking about this month. And this month, when we're focusing on mental health awareness month, that
Mm-hmm.
we want to focus on mental health and how to help you to improve that, but not only your mental health, your well-being. Anna, I want to turn it over to you.
Yes. So for me, on the topic today, feeling burnt out is something that I feel like I relate to a lot. I know I talk about being a mom and motherhood a lot, but that's going to be my number one burnout. Okay. These kids, they don't listen. They don't listen. Okay. And as a mom, as a parent, you continue to show up, you continue to sacrifice, you continue to endure and stay up and whatever that challenge is, that issue is, that concern, you have to continue to push through for these kids. But they burn me out.
I get
Jesus.
it. I
They
get
burn
it.
me out.
I,
And I really hope that once they get a certain age, like as all parents say, or all some of our elders, you will understand. At a certain point, you will understand why
yeah.
I pushed you so hard. Like even now, Naraya is moving up this year. Eighth grade. Eighth grade move up day. Oh my God.
Wow.
I actually have two of them because
Wow.
Papa is going to be moving up for kindergarten. And
Wow.
this girl just continue to test me and try me. Okay? Girl, she almost didn't go on her eighth grade trip. But, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow it because she's not gonna get another one. But it's just and I'm blessed. I'm blessed because I feel like I do have good children. They listen, they are respectful. Um, and from what I see, I know all kids aren't perfect, but
Yeah.
my kids aren't even used to being on punishment. I'm not used to them being on punishment. Y'all want to go
Yeah.
to the park? Y'all want to get some ice cream? I mean, no, you can't. We can't because y'all on punishment.
Yeah.
That's the burnout. Because like what? Why are we doing this?
So I think a lot of times is that when we think about burnout and what it really looks like, and a lot of people, as I said earlier, when we talking about burnout, a lot of people associate it with, oh, you need to learn how to manage your time better, or
Mhm.
you need time management and stuff. And for me, burnout it's a physical, it's a
Mhm.
physical action that happens within our body when our body is trying to tell us to do something. And a lot of times we don't listen to our bodies, or we think that we have the strength to go on a little bit more. Now, I
Mhm.
often say this, I don't know if you ever felt this, but a lot of times I feel, and this may not make sense to a lot of you, but let me try to explain it.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
A lot of times I feel sleepy, but I don't feel tired. Or a lot
Mhm.
of times I feel tired, and people have said like, "Well, maybe you should take a nap." I'm like, "Well, I'm not sleepy. I just need to
Mhm.
relax." And there's times where it's like I feel like when our bodies are telling us to do something, that's where the burnout becomes, because when our bodies are telling us to rest or to lay down,
Mhm.
and we
Mhm.
try to push through, that feeling that our body is naturally telling us what to do, that's when we become burnout. And a lot of times when I think about burnout, I think that whether you agree or not, I feel like a lot of time it's self-induced, because our bodies will tell
Mhm.
us what we need to do, how we need to rest. And I think that it's so important that we make sure that we are taking the time to do what we need to do for our bodies.
Mhm. I
So
agree.
listen, I tell you, and one of the things that's so important to think about, I always think about this. I think about like when people say like, I gotta hustle, we gotta hustle. Like I remember when I was in elementary school, people used to be like, hustle, run, hustle, whatever. But it's like
Uh-huh.
now that it's like I feel like this new term of hustle, like this hustle culture has us in a chokehold. Because like, when did being busy become a badge of honor? Like,
Mhm.
let's talk about how booked and busy can sometimes simply mean drained and disconnected. You can be booked and busy, and that may look cute to the world, but the truth of the matter is you're drained and disconnected. So how do you come back to being able to feel connected and not feel so drained of getting out of that mindset. It's like, I gotta hustle, I gotta do this, I gotta be on my grind, I gotta do this. And it's because of the world has taught us that it's so great it's an accomplishment or a badge of honor to feel busy versus being able to rest and really listen to the needs of your body.
And listen, my body is going to tell me when I'm tired, even when I don't want to listen. And I think that speaks for just about everybody. You got to listen.
Because what tends to happen is that people begin to get sick, or people begin to start feeling whatever. And it's like knowing the difference between being tired and burnt out. When you're tired, sometimes you just need to like chill. Like sometimes even when you feel tired, a nap or something of that effect can restore you. But a lot of times when you're burnt out, sleep doesn't necessarily fix that, because what tends to happen is your mind, your soul, your body, and your emotions are all asking for a staff meeting. Like they want to come, they like bring us together and let's talk about what's going on, right? Like your soul, your mind, and body and emotions, like, okay, we need to talk to the boss. Like, boss, you are wearing us out. Like the mind and the body ain't coming together, the soul and the emotions ain't agreeing, because ain't nobody on one accord, because you burnt out. And sleep is not going to fix that.
Not every time, Jesus. Nope.
Right?
Because them power naps, like, I know what you mean. Them power naps make you feel a little recharged, but sometimes you need a little bit more.
Yeah, because you can take a nap and you can get a little bit of rest, but you're going to wake up and still feel those same emotions, because how burnout really affects you. It affects your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul.
Different aspects of your life. Yeah.
I know, right? I'm glad we have this conversation. I'm speaking to myself too.
You preaching to me, okay? Right. Burnout sometimes say no. It's a lot, juggling a lot on your plate. Like, Jesus, like the different things that people go through, different levels of your growth and where you're trying to go in life, that, alone can be a burnout.
Yeah. I think that one of the things I love to tell people, because I've been there, and the reason why I can speak so passionately about this, because I've so been there. Like, I always say that I'm high functioning exhaustion. Like, I have high functioning exhaustion. Like, I'm able to keep going. I'm able to keep going. It's like I'm answering the emails. I'm showing up to the events. I'm helping everybody else, and I'm still falling apart quietly. And the truth of the matter is that's not balance. I would tell people, you're just surviving with Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Like the spiritual Wi-Fi. And as soon as that Wi-Fi disconnects, everything else, you kind of collapse. You don't know what's going on. You disconnect from everybody. So it's just like, I've been there and I've done that. And so it's like, I made a vow to myself that I didn't want that to be my life. And it's like, even engaging in certain conversations, like I won't respond to certain things in group text messages. Like, I won't engage in that. I'm like, anything that's going to make me more tired mentally, I just can't associate myself in those conversations as well.
Listen, we got some people over in the comments.
Yes, I love it.
Anitra.
Oh, we love
beautiful.
Yes, I need to say yes. Loving this conversation. Thank you so much. We have even people on LinkedIn. Hope I said she's joined us now to talk about burnout. She's with us over there. Thank you so much, Hope. Who else? We have Anitra says, we live in a grind culture that promotes overworking. And yeah, it is something. It is something. So I want to continue, because I love talking about this. And the next thing I wanted us to kind of talk about before, I know you have a game for us, right?
Yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see. Yeah. I got a little something.
Oh, I got a little something for us. One of the biggest things that I've dealt with in my life, like huge, was the guilt of resting. And I think, like, a lot of times, and I think like in conversations that I'm having now, is that I've been able to get out of this guilt of resting. And so I always ask people, I'm like, why do we feel lazy when we rest? Like, our body requires that. Like, who taught us that rest has to be earned instead of honored?
Mm.
Like I think about that often. Like who in our minds,
Mm.
where did we learn that it's like you have to earn rest instead of honoring the rest that you deserve?
Right.
Have you ever thought about that?
I haven't, but it makes like it really makes sense because if if I want to rest, I should be able to do that without feeling, you know, like I'm this is bad or I should be doing something else more productive. Like no, the honor my rest. Do not bother me. Let me get my time to recuperate and rejuvenate. Like that's crazy. I have not thought about that.
Yeah, a lot of times it's like a privilege to rest. Like I love taking me a nap. Like I love
Mhm.
coming home to just like disconnect and just being able to say, you know what, I didn't answer the phone when that person called, and that's okay. Like
Mhm.
rest. I gotta rest and be able to see. So I'm laughing at some of the comments over here. Thank you all so much for sharing. Hope is with us. Hope says, please stay out of my business.
That's right.
Oh, listen, it's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. We got Lori says she loves a power nap. Yeah, a power nap can make a huge difference. Anitra said, I went on a cruise and was disconnected for 5 days. It was eye
Mm,
opening what it feels like to just be away, detached, and enjoy myself. That is
beautiful.
so important. Anitra, I'm right along with you. That's what my about to be my attachment in a few months. I'm looking forward to just attaching everything. I'm not even buying the internet. I don't have to post. I don't have to talk to anybody. Everybody I need to talk to is going to be with me, right?
No internet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's talk.
Now
Wait.
I don't
Stop.
want the internet. I don't want nothing. I am disconnected. Um, I love
Okay.
what Hope said over on LinkedIn, and thank you all so much for watching us over on LinkedIn. Says I will sleep when I am dead mentality. That I've heard that so
Mm,
much. Like, oh, I'll rest when I'm dead, or whatever the case
yes.
may be. Yeah, guess what? You gonna probably. I hate to say it this way, but God forbid that if you're not getting the rest that you need, and you're overworking yourself and overstimulating yourself, God forbid that be the thing that takes you out of here.
Because it happens.
Because I want to be
Listen.
able to be on this earth for a long time. I don't want to start being away from this earth anytime soon.
Nope. Get your rest.
Right?
Get your rest.
Exactly.
Like Jesus.
Exactly. And
But yes.
the last thing that I'll say before we go into what we're going to do with you, Anna,
Hmm.
is that a lot of times there's two things: is the healing while still having responsibilities, because this is all of a process of
Mm,
being able to heal as we go through these things. Like bills are still going to be billing, kids are still
mm,
going to be kidding, jobs are still going to be jobbing. So how do we heal when life doesn't pause?
mm.
We have to pause because everything around us is going to be what it's going to be. We have to pause, and I love this. Um, learning to say no without a press release. Stop trying to tell people like you don't got to give people a whole dissertation or PowerPoint or an emotional apology for your peace and that you protect your peace. Stop that, y'all.
No.
Let your no be your no in the end.
No. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's my I like saying that a lot. That's it.
That's it.
That's all. No.
Yeah, because like we got to start putting ourselves first and taking care of ourselves. Anna, I want to turn it over to you.
Yes. All right. So again, thank you everyone for joining us on our special Wednesday night show tonight. I have a game. It is called Burnout Bingo. Now, how the game works, I am going to just, read some burnout behaviors and signs. Now, if anybody that's watching the replay, DW, and myself, because I'm gonna try to put my hands up. If you relate, okay, you either have to mark it off mentally, raise a hand. I'm gonna just say raise a hand. Just raise a hand. And if you get to 5, after I say it, if you agree, if this relates and you get to 5, you're going to say bingo. So we're going to see how this works. Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to, if you're playing along and you're watching, put bingo in the chat, or if you can relate to it, just put a comment in the chat. But
Yes.
if you get five of the things that Anna calls out, then you have bingo, and then we'll talk about that more.
All right. So we're going to get started. Now, this category is like everyday signs. So follow me, follow me, follow me. Running on caffeine and vibes. Is that something you got? Wait a minute. Wait, one
Oh,
finger, not all five.
oh,
Wait.
oh. Sometimes I can't start my day without an energy drink.
Listen, I
Some
get
days
it.
I'm
I
better.
get
I'm
it.
better than what I used to be, but some days.
Listen, I just started drinking coffee. Well, I can't say just, but I do want to say just maybe 2 years ago. And I make coffee from home now. I don't have to go to nobody's Starbucks. I just got to learn how to blend it, get a little blend, a
Right.
little frappe. But I understand. Okay. Okay. Next one. Next
Yes,
one.
I'm up.
Saying I'm tired every day. Kind of talked about that,
Okay.
but
That's not me. I don't say that every day.
okay. Okay. I'm keeping my one up. Ignoring texts because responding feels like work. Yep. We knew that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Grandmom is in the comments. Lori, thank you. All right. Moving along. Next one. This is the next one. Y'all listen up. Feeling overstimulated by small things. That's me.
That's not me.
That's me. It's me.
That's not me.
Right now, if the color's off, overstimulated.
Right.
I can't
I'm always
do
like,
it. I can't
so
do it.
I'm always like chill. Like, okay, I'm like, is it like it's not the serious? Like, come on, like
I love that. Teach
yeah.
me. Teach me about the teach me. Okay.
Right.
All right. Listen, here we go. Moving on. Forgetting simple tasks.
That's totally not me.
It's not?
No, I honestly I keep a to-do list of everything. Like
Okay.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
no,
I'm gonna put a finger up. I'm gonna put a
yeah,
finger up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
I'm gonna put a finger up. Forgetting simple tasks, it can be me from time
yeah,
to time.
I
It
get
can.
that. I get it.
Okay. All right. So I got three. Oh my
I got
goodness. Look at
two.
the comments.
I know
Look
the
at the
comments all are coming
comments.
through with the comments over on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and all on Facebook. Thank you all so much. We see y'all. Thank
All
y'all
right.
for playing along. So
I'm
we
gonna
see.
do.
I
I'm gonna
think
do a couple more.
yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do a different category this time. So here we go. Here we go. This one is. It's like an emotional burnt out. So snapping at people over little things.
Not me. No.
All right.
Yeah. I
No.
think we have a burnt out bingo, but we're gonna keep playing for a little while to see who else can relate.
We got one.
We do have
Okay.
one.
Okay.
We do have
Listen.
one. Let's see who else. Let's do a couple more.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Another one. Wanting space but feeling lonely. Not me. Not me. Not me. On the to-do list. What did Hope say?
Hope said the to-do list can stress me out. I get it, Hope. That's why I do one, and I have all of my highlighters on. This might be a bit much, but look at all these highlighters. I use all these highlighters here to like mark off everything I want to do. I don't play about my to-do list.
All right.
Don't play. On
All
Instagram,
right.
we have Miss Rita who said, because if I do not keep the to-do list, I will forget.
Listen.
Same. That's why I have to write everything down.
If it works, it works. I just be moving too much to even pull out anything to write it down. That'd be my problem. That'd be my problem.
But I also keep a to-do list on my phone as well. I will like in my downtime or whatever, like I will talk into my phone to like try to keep my checklist as well. So I think that's another way that you can not forget those small things. But go ahead.
Dropping gems. Listen to the man. He knows. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Okay, so what about this?
Okay, I'm ready.
Having 47 tabs open in your brain.
So I'm gonna put up for that.
That is definitely me. I'm starting something. Oh, we can do this. Oh, let's do that. That's definitely me.
I used to do that on my computer, and I've gotten better now. Like I just put all of my tabs on one spreadsheet, but in my mind, I'm talking the tabs are open, and I'm clicking between all of them in my brain. Like
okay.
I would not recommend a single person to have this brain.
Listen, I love that brain. That brain got so much knowledge. Don't do that.
I don't want a person. You would be wore out.
Listen, I love it.
You'll be kicking yourself. I'm telling you, don't want this brain.
Happy Monday. Okay. I'm sorry. Wait.
All right.
All right, this is the last one. This is the last one. Starting self-care routines and abandoning them.
I think you got bingo on them, but we had.
Burnout bingo.
I think Lori had it first. She said burnt out bingo. She was the first one to put it in.
Yep. Listen, Hope, are you out? I think Hope is. She has a burnout
Hope is
bingo.
there.
Well.
Hope got her hand raised. Hope is with us. Thank you so much for joining us. I see Rita on the over there. Oh, she's there too.
Burnt out bingo.
She has 4 up.
Oh, okay, Rita. Okay. Listen, y'all want me to do a couple more? Y'all want me to help y'all burn out real quick?
Do one more.
One more. All right, let's go. Here we go. Treating errands like major accomplishments.
Treating what?
Treating errands, the errands that you run, like major accomplishments.
Oh, huge. Like, yes, and I'd be so proud. Let me tell you how I do my to-do list, and I hope this is a safe space, and I don't want nobody watching this judge.
And they not finna judge over here. Not a human being.
Sometimes I'll put stuff on my to-do list that I've already completed so that I can go back and check and highlight that I did it. I don't care. It makes me feel successful.
I love that for you.
I'm like, oh, I did that today. Let me write that on my to-do list.
Cross it off.
Yeah.
DW, you are so funny. I'm cracking up. Just to make sure. No, I know I got some things crossed off because I did that already. I know.
Right. I like what Rita said over on Instagram. She said, same, small wins for the win. That's right.
Yep. A win is a win. A win is a win. Okay. Right? That's it.
I love that.
That's all.
I want to talk about one of the things that Hope said over on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
She said multitasking is painful, but I just can't help it. It really is, and I learned this a long time ago. And I think we talked about this on the show at one point in time about what it is to multitask. And I learned this kind of the hard way and through when I was in school. And it was like that, how it tells us that multitasking really isn't a thing because something is going to be ignored.
Oh, and yes. I have heard that.
About this because my grandmother brought it back up to me when she was like, I said, because something's not going to be paid attention to. And so we were talking about it. And my grandmother was like, so you be ignoring me when you be working. I said, well, Grandma, I mean, sometimes I'll be like, no, I can talk, I can do this, and I'm really not paying any attention because so one of the things that I said, my word for the year is intentional. Like I'm being very intentional about what I do. So I'm being very intentional about the conversations that I'm having with people because I'm more conscious now that when I'm having a conversation with someone, that one, if I can't stop and give them my undivided attention, I won't answer. I'll say, let me call you back because I want to be very intentional about giving people my undivided attention or the task that I'm working on because something is going to lack. And I do not, if a person's in my life, they don't deserve that. Right. And I don't want to be the person. Other people can do it and it's fine. But for me, as I said, I'm being very intentional about the way that I treat people and the way that I use my time. So I'm very conscious of that. If somebody's calling me, that I'm not going to work at the same time or do something else at the same time. I'm working on that to be very conscious of how I am focusing on individuals or the task at hand and not really working on task at the same time because something's going to be ignored, and that's not fair to the project that I'm working on, and it's definitely not fair to the person that I may be talking to on the phone.
Clock it. Yeah, clock it. Very true.
Yeah. So I think, Ana, thank you so much for that game. I appreciate it. That was fun. That was
You're welcome, fun. Guys. Anytime. Stop.
Thank you. So I want to talk about, we can't talk about all of these things that are wrong without talking about how to reset these rituals, right? How to really just talk about and to bounce back from these these things that we've put in place that have become habits. Now, what I always tell people is that don't expect these things to change overnight, because guess what?
Mhm.
These habits that we have obtained, they don't change overnight. So it's one of those things that where everybody talks about grinding, but I want to talk about resting or resetting. What does that look like? So
Yeah.
I want to talk about some reset rituals that we can talk about, and really just kind of start the work while we're talking about this whole healing process. So, first thing I want to talk about is physical reset. That means you're sleeping more, you're stretching, you're walking, you're hydrating, you're taking PTO from work without guilt. I say this to people when I'm training, and a lot of people, they still to this day, when they see me at a conference or something, like they always say to me, I'm taking my PTO. I'm taking my PTO. And I'm like, I'm like, yes, because I tell them, you do not get an award for not taking PTO. And there's
Right.
people that will have all of these hours stored in their little PTO bank. And it's like, what are you saving them for? Like,
Mhm.
use them. A lot of times they replenish, they roll over or whatever the case may be, but you don't get an award for having the most PTO hours.
Listen,
So
some companies, you don't use them, you lose them. So I
yeah.
need to
So
listen.
So use that. Use the PTO without guilt. Don't feel guilty about calling out or taking a day off when your body is telling you that you need it, or that you know that you're burnt out from situations that you're around at
Mhm.
work or whatever the case may be. Take some time to take a mental health day for yourself.
Yes.
Um, I always tell people too. Let's go to the comments really quick. It says, yes, Manitra says, yes, take a day off and eat lunch, please.
Ooh,
Like
that's
definitely do
my favorite one. Did you eat today?
that, right?
What are you going to eat today? What is for
Yes,
lunch? Because we need to eat. I'm
yes,
I'm good for that. I'm always good for that. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Shout
because
out
it's
to
important,
Nitra.
right? It's important to be able to like take that moment for yourself to be able to go
Mhm.
back and say, you know what, I want to do this for myself. I
Mhm.
want to talk about emotional reset, journaling, therapy, saying no, turning the phone off, letting yourself cry. I think that's the biggest thing that we don't do a lot of times, is that we don't allow ourselves to cry, because sometimes crying is the reset that what we need. I don't know about
Mhm.
you. I don't cry a lot, but when I do, sometimes it's the reset that I need to want to give me the strength. It's like a purging, or like it's something, it's very cleansing to be upset
Mhm.
or whatever the case may be, and to be able to get it out, not
Mhm.
necessarily having to curse nobody out or any of that stuff, but having that time where you just need to cry it out and be able
Mhm.
to bounce back. And then a lot of times what has happened is that a lot of people have taught us that crying is a sign of weakness, when really it is the emotional reset that we need sometimes.
Yes.
A spiritual reset, prayer, meditation, silence, gratitude practices, reconnecting with your purpose. I love to talk about purpose, because a lot of times when we think about purpose, we think about the purpose of for our lives. Like, what is it for? Like, what are we here for? And the truth of the matter, that's not always the purpose. The purpose is not about how it makes us feel, it's about how it makes others feel. And what we realize is that when we take the time to pour into others, then
Mhm.
we are sometimes replenished, because we're doing what we've been put here, or what our purpose is. So really
Yes.
just reconnecting with your purpose, and why are you here? I think about jobs too, right? I think about people that work. It's like, if you're working with kids, it's like, so sometimes it's good to go back to like, do you like the kids? Like, why are you here? Why are you in
Right.
this space? If work is getting on your nerves, if a surrounding area is getting on your nerves, like, why are you here? And if you can't find the positive into why you are here or in a situation, it's time to exit that as well.
Yes. I
I,
completely agree.
I love what Hope said over on LinkedIn. She said, even if you are unemployed, you can still have access to mental health services throughout your country. Absolutely. That is correct. And if you go to DwayneVonDrake.com and click on the
Mhm.
tab resources, we do have a lot of mental health resources that are there available for you. They're not
Mhm.
just privy to San Diego, Philadelphia. They are worldwide resources that can help you in any mental health situation that you may feel, or crisis that you may feel. So DwayneVonDrake.com, click on the resource tab, and we have a plethora of
Mhm.
resources on there for you to be able to get the support and help that you need. And we'll be adding more within the coming months as well. All right. And the last thing I want to talk about is a social reset. Spending time with safe people, laughing more, leaving draining environments, rebuilding community. That is so huge. And I think that one of the things that for me, when I'm thinking about me moving back to Philadelphia in 9 days, right?
Yep, 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 yep,
in
yep.
9 days, I think about the village that I had there, and a lot of them are watching the show right now. Like Anitra and I know we didn't hang out all the time, but I know that if I needed her for something, or if she ever needed me, or whatever the case may be, I know she is a sister that I can depend on. I have Rita who's watching, someone who is a sister for me and just a support, a mentor, just someone that is important in my life. I have you, I have Lori, I have a lot of people that is so important that I feel like a lot of people thought like the first question when I talk about me moving back, right? The first thing people are asking me, what happened?
Right,
I'm
right.
like, nothing happened, right? Like
Did something
nothing
have to
happened.
happen? Right,
Like
like,
I'm moving back, and I think that a lot of times it's because it's the social reset that for me to be aware and conscious of that's what I need in my life, to be around the people that I can be my 100% authentic self, to have conversations with individual knowing that whatever I talk about is not going to be repeated, or whatever I'm feeling, you're going to allow me to feel that. And I just, and one person, and I have many people that do that, but one person that I am so grateful for is Rita, is because there's been so many moments like when we work together that she has allowed me to 100% get it out, say everything that I feel. And in her very nice, pleasant voice, she was like, all right, my brother, what we gonna do about it? Right? And it's
oh,
like, but to have that moment, and a lot of times what happens is a lot of people try to tell you like how to feel or whatever the case may be, but the support has always been, and that's why I'm so grateful for our friendship. No, we don't talk every day, not at all, but I know that when we come together, there's an opportunity for us to be able to pour into each other, to be able to feel how we feel, curse or whatever we need to do, but to always come back to be able to say, hey, now what are we going to do about it?
yeah.
And I think that's just so important to be able to have those people in your life. And so that's why, for me, I'm like, I need a social reset, because what I don't have that here per se. I'm still learning a lot of people, but thank God I'm still able to do the work that I've been doing. I'll be able to do that in Philadelphia, and to be here, that I'll be able to do that. So I'm so grateful. So we have Lori over on Facebook giving a shout out to Miss Rita. Then we have Miss Rita on Instagram says, thank you for being that friend, brother, for me as well. Forever and always, Miss Rita, I so love and appreciate you. You are a true friend and sister indeed. And
Yes, Rita.
indeed.
We love you, Miss Rita. We love you.
Yeah. So I think that, I hope that with everybody watching tonight, I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking. I feel like I've been like preaching or something. But
Yep, just a lot, and we
no,
love it.
because I think what's important is that a lot of times when we look at what it is to be burnt out, and I want people, because so this is where I'm at. Let me see how I can articulate this, because I want to be able to say this in a way that it makes sense. I want to be able to say this in a way that makes sense. A lot of times when we think about burnout, and I said this at the top of the show, a lot of times when we think about burnout, a lot of people are looking at, there must be something wrong with your time management, right?
Yep.
And so what happens is that how we have started to define what burnout is that I feel like we have the wrong definition. So we don't properly heal from it. We don't properly take care of it, right? If that makes sense, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that a lot of times when we don't know what a thing is, we don't know how to properly heal it or to take care of it. And I'll give you a perfect example. When I was sick, and many of you know the story, many, many years ago, it wasn't until, and I was just going through. And it wasn't until I was able to go to the doctor, and the doctor was like, it's this. In that moment, I still had the sickness or whatever, but in that moment, there was a calmness that came over me because now I was able to do the work to heal whatever that thing was.
Right.
And I think when we talk about burnout, a lot of times, or when we're running empty, we don't necessarily look at it as a physical. We look at it as there's something wrong with the way that we manage our time.
Mhm.
Because we think about it like what's burning us out. And a lot of times what's burning us out are physical things. But the burnout sometimes is not that we need to go to sleep. It's realigning. And as I talked about, resetting your soul, your emotion, your spirit, all of those components of you. So I hope with this show tonight that we were able to define what it is to be burnt out, what that looks like, and that we talk about all of these resetting things that we can do to help us to not feel so burnt out. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I just really feel like a lot of times we have defined what it means to be burnt out, like what it means to be running on empty. And a lot of times sleep won't do that, because if we're running on empty and we wake up, we're still going to be running on empty.
Right.
We're just tired. So you're going to rest. But the burnout sometimes is what we need to be able to begin that thing that's breaking us down spiritually, emotionally, physically, and sometimes financially, like all of the leads begin, when we're burnt out and we can't really see our way out of something.
Yes, I like that. All of the leaves.
Right.
But that is true. That is true. Yes. And I think like I really hope that people took away from this show as well, because a lot of people feel this way. And sometimes just hearing it come from somebody else can open your eyes or make you just feel not alone, and keep pushing forward. Keep pushing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's like, start taking care of yourself. And it's just like, I think about this, and I think about workplace wellness, because even if we talked about a lot of stuff, and we talked about like personal and all the things, but like thinking about like work, right? When we think about work, I want to encourage people how to really have that workplace wellness that they need. It's like, stop wearing burnout like a trophy. Like being exhausted is like not proof of success. Being tired and staying at work super late and being the first one there and the last one to leave, like it's not proof of success. It's like, I'm gonna work through my break. I'm gonna do a working lunch. No, take your breaks. Stop eating lunch while answering emails. Your brain deserves a pause for a moment.
That's something that I am very much guilty of. Like I do not know how to step away and just breathe or just take my 30 minutes. Like I don't know how. Like it's always just busy or fast paced. It's just always something going on. But I'm working on that. Like my coworker said it to me the other day, and I'm like, one of our assistant principals, he offers his office for our break, because it's a really cool, nice, calm setting that he has in his office. And it's like, I need to take him up on one of those offers one of these days, because it's needed. Like, I really feel like if I can take a break or step away to just escape from all of my work that I go through every day for just 30 minutes, I do think it can be somewhat of a relief.
So
you know
that
what
it
I
goes
mean?
to this.
So
100%, I know what you mean, because it goes to this. You have to set communication boundaries. Every email does not require an immediate response. Everybody's need is not your need in the moment. Everybody having access to you 24/7 is not healthy. It's not healthy. And I love to say setting boundaries, but setting healthy boundaries, because a lot of times when we set those boundaries, we set them with the intent of we got to be with it. But if you think about it, like, I'm going to set these healthy boundaries for my well-being and my mental health, it doesn't come with attitude. It doesn't come with negativity. It comes with, I'm going to take the time that I need to do what I need to do for myself. And I think Another thing too is really talking about like protect your mental transition time. Like don't carry work and your work energy home. Like if people piss you off at
Oh
work, don't
yeah.
bring that at home. Like you gotta create like a decompression routine before entering your house. Like don't
Yes.
bring the day of work into like that's so important to do that. Like sit in your car for 5 minutes, listen to music, like deep breathing,
Hmm.
silent drive home, change clothes immediately when you get in the house. Like take that day off of you so that you're not taking it into your home. Because one, it's not fair to the people that live there. And number two, it's not fair to you to have to bring that home. You have
Yep.
to create a decompression routine before entering your house, whatever that may look like. For me, it used to be sitting in the car for 5 minutes, stop into the store, get me a Pepsi, or listening to music while I'm driving home, or don't listen to no music, just being
Yeah.
quiet.
No.
It was like to sit in a space and just be quiet while I
Hmm.
drink my Pepsi. I'm like,
Hmm.
now let me go in the house because when you walk into a house, there's people sometimes that need you, and when you need to, like, you be intentional about being able to be available for them as well.
Yes, mine's is listening to music for sure. Music can always put me in a better mood, and I appreciate it. Like music literally does something to me, whether it's bringing back a memory, happy memory, a sad memory, it doesn't matter. Music is definitely my go-to for an escape or for a way to decompress and just feel me. Like, cause I'm probably gonna want to dance, and that's
Right.
Anna for sure. There I go. I'm back. Okay, here we go.
Because the truth of the matter is a lot of times at work we take on a lot and we do a lot, but I think that it's important for us to really start normalizing saying things like I need support, I'm overwhelmed, I can't take that on right now. And just because like people bring you things don't mean that it has to be your responsibility in that moment. And it's
Mhm.
like if you set those boundaries, listen, because at some point you got to stop rewarding dysfunction. A
Mhm.
workplace should not only be to celebrate people who are overexhausted themselves. Like that's not what that's for. Like the dysfunction of like I gotta keep going, I gotta keep doing. Like no, rest, rest,
Relax. Just take a
right,
chill pill. That's
right.
all.
You gotta make sure you do that. That's important. So yeah, I hope that you all had a wonderful night watching this show on Wednesday night instead of Monday. If you
Good
were
job.
watching at the time, I was like, Happy Monday, Happy Mom. Like, oh, it ain't Monday.
Y'all gonna be cracking up when y'all see this replay.
Right?
OMG. That
I
was
love
the
some of
laugh
you.
of the
So
night.
I love some of you. Thank you so much for all of you for sharing over here on LinkedIn. We hope you've been
Yes.
rocking with us tonight. I hope you will come back and join us again.
Yes.
Sometimes it is getting to the lab and getting the idea of what's wrong, like minerals, vitamins, and nutritional deficiencies. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Lori said, I need to hear all of this. That's right.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes, hope Pepsi, Pepsi forever.
I'm cracking up. I love that for y'all. I'm not a Pepsi
Right.
girly, but I love that for y'all.
Right. So thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We do have a few things we want to share with you before we go. And before we do like our final oh Anitra, thank you. Anitra said she was looking for us on Monday. I know, and listen, I was
Oh,
so busy. We wanted to put out an announcement. We were like, maybe nobody ain't looking for us. But from this day forward, Anitra, we will make sure we put an announcement if we're not going to be on. And so that's one of the
gotcha.
announcements that we know that Monday is Memorial Day. And so we will
Yes.
not be on next Monday. However, we will be back on June 1st.
Hmm.
And the next live will be from Philadelphia.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Woo, sorry.
so,
Sis.
so I'm so happy about that. So we will not be live next Monday because it is a holiday and we're going to let everyone, chill and take the time that they need with their family. But I'm
Mhm.
asking everybody to please make sure that you send some love and prayers this way. I'll be traveling next week to come back to Philadelphia. So I'm excited about that. Just two other things we want to share, which are one we announced, but then we have like another big announcement. It's going to be so fun. But just a reminder that on July 6th, we will start our after show. So we'll have our hour-long show, and then we'll do our after show over on YouTube. So we encourage you all to come over and be on YouTube. It is going to be something. All right. We
All right.
have
Sorry,
guests that will be
but
joining us. It's going to be a show. So please
Yeah.
join us on YouTube starting July 6th. And then our season premiere, our season finale for
Finale.
season 3 will be August 3rd. It will be played for everybody. But on Saturday, August 1st, we are going to do a live taping of A Human Being in person with food and drink
Ooh, he
and
hungry.
everything. My mouth was starting to water and
He
everything.
hungry.
So it's going to be free. We're going to tell you more about it. The details will come. It's going to be free, but it will be first come, first serve, and the tickets
That's
will be
right.
available. And as soon as you get the ticket and as soon as the tickets are gone, then so be it. But we really want to make it a night where it is just grown and sexy. We want you to dress
Yes.
up. We want you to come out. We'll have food. We're going to have a DJ. And then you'll get to take some pictures with us if you like us that much.
Yes.
Right. You'll take pictures with us. But we're going to do a live show that will premiere on that Monday as
Monday.
our
Right.
season finale. So please, we ask that on August 1st. Already go ahead and block that off on your calendar. That on
Yeah, be on the
August 1st,
lookout.
we'll do a taping. And you can bring people or you can get the tickets and all that kind of stuff and get the tickets. But when we sell out, we sell out. And like I said, it will be free. Okay.
Yes, the vibes will be vibing, y'all. So make sure y'all look out for that. Come get them
Yes.
tickets.
All right, Anna, I'm going to turn it over to you, and then you can give us your final words, and then I'll give my final stuff.
Yes, yes. So my final words for today's show is just take time for yourself, love yourself, put yourself first, and don't let people burn you out.
I love
That's what
that.
I have.
I love it, Anna. Thank you so much. I was really sitting here thinking and like going through the show. I really enjoyed the bingo tonight. That was so fun. It
Oh,
was
thank
so fun.
you.
So fun. So thank
Listen, we could play it again. I'm gonna keep the
you.
games coming for y'all, right?
I
I love
love
when y'all
it.
participate too. So shout out to everybody that participated. Thank you so much for helping
Yeah,
us out tonight.
I was really thinking about the show tonight and everything, and just thinking about how I feel like tonight's conversation was extremely necessary
Mhm,
because the truth is, so many people are silently struggling while still functioning,
mhm,
smiling in meetings, showing up for family, answering texts, posting online, handling responsibilities, encouraging everybody else while personally running on fumes.
mhm,
And what's scary is burnout doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like forgetting who you are outside of your responsibilities.
mhm,
Sometimes it looks like excitement for things you once loved or losing excitement for the things that you once loved. And sometimes it looks like isolation or you're irritable, emotional numbness, or consistently feeling overwhelmed by simple things that you kind of talked about tonight, Anna.
mhm.
And many people don't even realize how exhausted they are until their body forces them to stop. Tonight, I hope somebody understands this. You do not have to destroy yourself to prove your value. Your worth is not measured by how busy you are. Your value is not determined by how much you produced. And rest is not a weakness. Rest is wisdom. Healing is wisdom. Boundaries are wisdom. You cannot continue pouring from an empty cup and expect to stay whole because eventually something starts taking a break mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, and sometimes all at once. And let's be honest, some of us don't need another motivational quote to help us get where we need to go. We need sleep, we need support, we need healthy environments, we need honesty, we need a space to breathe. We need to stop treating ourselves like machines and start treating ourselves like human beings. So tonight, before you jump back into responsibilities, I want you to ask yourself a real question. What part of me have I been neglecting while trying to survive? Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your peace. Maybe it's your joy. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe it's simply your ability to rest without guilt. whatever it is, don't ignore it. Because healing doesn't always begin with a huge breakthrough. Sometimes healing starts with the smallest decision: turning your phone off, saying no, taking a day off, going to therapy, drinking water, getting sleep, asking for help, or simply admitting, I'm tired. And if nobody told you lately, let me tell you tonight, you deserve rest. You deserve softness. You deserve peace. You deserve a life that feels healthier than survival mode. So we thank you so much for joining us tonight. And remember this, even the strongest people need a moment to pause, recharge, and heal. Take care of yourself before burnout makes the decision for you. Thank you so much, y'all, for watching us. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Again, we thank you so much for joining us. We will not have our show next Monday, but we will be back on June 1st. On June 1st, we will return. So until next time, everybody, we'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care, y'all. Bye.
Human beings.